Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes. It is Saturday, 8th of February. It's 8:45, and that can only mean one thing. It's FPL talk. And what a week we've had. Wow, what a great week we've had in fantasy. We're going to have a double game week. We haven't quite finished. This week. This game week is all lovely, but we've had a great week. High scoring weeks as well going on. I've read somewhere on one of the forums online that apparently this game week has been one of the highest scoring game weeks. I wonder why. Liverpool, I'm looking at you. Yes, I am. Double game week and possibly a double as it stands right this second. So without further ado, I will be sharing my screen with you guys so you can see what I can see. Of course you can. So let's take a little look and see what's going on in the world of fantasy and Premier League. There you go. As always, ladies and gents, I'm on all of the socials. Of course I am. I'm on Facebook, AJP85 channel. That's right. I'm on X, AJ1985P. I am on Twitch, A_J_P_P_8_5. And I'm on YouTube, of course, as well, where all the videos go at the end. AJ Hardy85. Like, subscribe, and follow if you would. And let's get some more followers on X, and let's get some more followers on YouTube. And we could be special friends. Yes, we can, people. So, in terms of the scores and the results of the weekend gone, Saturday was the big game week game, wasn't it, really? With Nottingham Forest absolutely destroying Brighton at home. They won by 7 goals to 7-0. Even I didn't see that coming. I expected them to most likely win. I expected Wood to score, if I'm honest with you, as well. And didn't he just? 3 goals, a hat-trick. People were dropping him the week before that. They kicked him out, potentially to bring in the Liverpool assets, etc., for the double game week, even the Everton assets as well for the double game week as well. Now a double for Liverpool. Wood got a hat-trick. Fantastic performance. He was brilliant, wasn't he, as always? That's the reason why I brought him in. I gave in the end. Gibbs White with a goal as well and 2 assists. A good performance, really good performance from him. Elanga got a hat-trick of assists. Yeah, he's been under the radar a little bit, Elanga, for me. Obviously one of their star players in terms of the winger, but whenever I think of Nottingham Forest, I think Wood, Gibbs White, and then the defence, and then sort of players, etc., and around that. My man, Nico Williams, did me proud. I was toying between him starting this game week. Well, that was a good idea, wasn't it, really? And a good decision. He got me a lovely, juicy goal and a clean sheet indeed as well. Josh Silva got a goal as well in that game. Sangare got the other assist, which meant that the bonus points went 3 to Wood, 2 to Gibbs White, and 1 to Elanga. I'm going to be very, very honest with you. Despite the fact that those 3 players did really, really well, and this might sound biased, but I'll take it. Nico Williams, in my opinion, should have got a bonus in that game as well. But there you go. 7-0 Forest. Slightly shocked result, but still fair and expected victory. So well done, Nottingham Forest. If you got any Forest assets, you would have done pretty well, especially if you had Wood in your team, which most people do. Then we had the Liverpool-Bournemouth game, didn't we? And I had Mo Salah down as a captain in this game, first and foremost. I expected it to be a little closer than a 2-0 victory for Liverpool, especially away. Gakpo and Jones did well with the assists, but the most important stat in this one, Mo Salah, 2 goals. I'll take that all day long, as will most people, because the majority of you guys who have Liverpool assets would have either captained or triple captained, maybe. Mo Salah, well done if you did. You got a couple of goals in the first game. That's a good start, isn't it, really, to your double game week? From my perspective, though, and for maybe a lot of people out there as well, I went with the following. A forward, or midfielder, actually, which is what Salah is listed as. So I had 1 Liverpool asset, Mo Salah. Second Liverpool asset, Konate for me. A lot of people went Trent Alexander-Arnold, perhaps a Robertson, maybe a Van Dijk, maybe even Alisson. If you've got those players in your team, you would have done quite well because you got yourself a clean sheet. Yes, Trent did scrape a clean sheet despite going off injured. I've read that it's not serious, so he might be back for the match against Everton. But otherwise, well done, guys, because we got ourselves a juicy clean sheet there. So we got clean sheets across the board, pretty much apart from Virgil. Van Dijk got a yellow card, and Becker got a extra save point, didn't he? So Alisson got an extra point. Virgil got a point less. I had Konate. He got me the 6, which is really, really good. But, ladies and gents, my third Liverpool asset, should we say, Arne Slot. I went for Arne Slot, the manager. I played my manager chip. The double was just too tempting to give up. A lot of you guys would have done the same. Some of you might have gone down the Moyes path. Some of you might have triple captained. So yes, whatever you chose to do, it's so far been a really, really good play, hasn't it? Really, 2-0 to Liverpool against Bournemouth. That's really, really good play. So Mo Salah got himself a couple of goals. Next game up, Everton played against Leicester. Beto got a couple of goals. Decore got a goal, and Dye, I was looking at Dye actually as an option as well, but opted against it, rightfully or wrongfully. Got his goal against Leicester. Garner, Pickford, and Tarkowski. Tarkowski got the assists in that game. Pickford getting an assist, which is very good. That came up then as 3 bonus points for Beto, 2 for Ndai, and 1 for Tarkowski. So if you had Moyes, because a lot of people played the manager chip and opted for Moyes because the upside was much higher and the ceiling was much higher for David Moyes against Arne Slot. Well done, and he's obviously cheaper as well at 0.5. 4-0. Ipswich then lost to Southampton at home. Bit of a surprise result for me, that one. Delap getting the goal, and Arubo and Anochu got the goal for them as well. Kamaldeen also got an assist. The bonus points 3 for Delap. Done quite well for Ipswich this season. You know, he's one of those players that people have been bringing in, sort of cheapish enabler. Aribo and Anochu got the bonuses for Southampton, 2-1 to them. Newcastle, this was a shock for me. This was goal for Jacob Murphy. I'm very happy, of course. I had Jacob Murphy for team, and he started as well. Started it over Ahmed Diallo, but yeah, either way, he did really, really well. He got his goal. Muniz and Raul scoring for Fulham to shock me. Andreas and Anthony Robinson. Keeps going, doesn't he? Anthony Robinson keeps assisting. Really good player for Fulham. They end up winning 2-1. Murphy getting 1 bonus point. I think he personally deserved 2, despite the fact that Newcastle lost. Muniz got 3 and Raul got 2 bonus points. Wolves and Villa was a final game of Saturday, wasn't it? Really a little surprise as well in this one as well. Belgrade and Cunha scoring. Hichan and Sariba assisting. Really good performance from Wolves. Really, really good. Solid performance. I thought Villa would do much better. They brought some new signings. I think Rashford was a big signing for them. Asensio will do really, really well for them from Paris Saint-Germain. Some really, really good players they brought in there. So we'll see how they go. But otherwise, Belgrade and Cunha scoring. Interesting, that one. 2-0 victory it was for Wolves, wasn't it? Belgrade, should I say? Belgrade. Cunha, 8-0, and Totti with the bonuses for them. Then we had Sunday's games. The pick of the bunch was the final game of Sunday, but we'll look at Spurs versus Brentford. Sarr scoring. Yanale getting an own goal. Son getting 2 assists. Good performance from Son that was in that game. Spence, weirdly enough, getting the 3 bonus points. Son getting 2. And Damsgaard getting 1 for Brentford. I guess the Spence thing was because he got a clean sheet. That's the only logical reason, unless he really was outstanding. Man United versus Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace beating Man United. Little surprised. Thought maybe a draw in this game, but, you know, it's United. It is what it is this season. Mateta getting 2. Munoz getting an assist, and Lacroix getting an assist as well. The bonus points obviously went to Mateta, Munoz, and Lacroix. Mateta is on my watch list at the moment. I'm looking to change things around a little bit in my team. So we'll see where I go with that. And then the game of the weekend, in my opinion, Arsenal City. You can't look beyond that fixture. And what a game it was. Man City, despite losing 5-0, probably didn't deserve to lose 5-0, even though Arsenal were brilliant. They really were. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm watching that game. The first half, Man City were equally as good as Arsenal. Arsenal spurning chances, missing chances, but then they went and got 5. Havertz scoring, Nwaneri getting a goal, Odegaard, Thomas, and Lewis Skelly getting a goal. Haaland getting the one back from Man City in a bit of form now, isn't he, Erling Haaland? Rice getting 2, Havertz getting 1 assist, Martinelli getting an assist, and Savinho getting the assist from Man City. The bonus points then went to Havertz with 3, Rice with 2, and Thomas Partey getting 1. Interesting bonus points there. I guess Havertz is deserved, but the rest is a bit sort of okay. But otherwise, great game that was. Really enjoyed watching it, and obviously being an Arsenal fan, enjoyed the victory over Manchester City. Really good performance as well. That's the most important thing. And then we had a game, didn't we? Chelsea versus West Ham on Monday. Good game. Did watch bits of this. Really good performance as well from Chelsea in the end. Probably should have done a bit better in terms of getting a few more goals. Howlers and all this lot that happened. But Neto got the goal for Chelsea, didn't he? Wan-Bissaka getting the own goal for them as well. Bowen scoring back again from his injury and scoring straight away. Bowen, someone to watch on fantasy. Enzo and Palmer with the assists for Chelsea. 2 for Palmer, bonus-wise, 3 for Bowen, and 1 for Neto. And we haven't finished, don't forget, ladies and gents, we do still have a fixture, an official fixture, although I think the double-double is going to be confirmed shortly. But Wednesday, 12th of February, Everton versus Liverpool, the game that a lot of people have been waiting for, the postponed, rescheduled, cancelled game, whatever you want to call it, now has been moved to Wednesday next week. So we will see what happens in that game. What a game that's going to be over at Goodison. First game, first Merseyside derby of the season. It's going to be a good one. Anyone who's got Liverpool or Everton assets, the managers, the players as well from both teams will be excited. So without further ado, let us reveal the point score for this week. Bang! 109. Now, that might not surprise many people because a lot of us are going to have high scores, I think, this week. I've read again that this week was potentially one of the highest game weeks of fantasy so far, which kind of makes sense considering a lot of us rolled the dice and went for it this week a little bit with certain decisions. Mine was the assistant managership. The idea was not just to get it out of the way, but when are you going to get a better opportunity to play it than a double-double game week? You play 3 game weeks, don't forget the assistant manager. So I've already had 2 fixtures, we'll have had 2 fixtures by Wednesday. Then it will go again to next game week, 2 fixtures again, and then the following game week as well, I'll get a 1. So that's 5. Very, very good. 5. Get 5 for the price of 3, basically. Why wouldn't you go with that? 109. Very happy. My ranking has shot up beautifully as well. So I've gone from something like 3 million to 2 now, which I think is the case. But anyway, let's look at the points that I got. Raya got 3. Kanate got 6. Nico Williams got me a juicy 12. Yes, he did. Mikalenka got me 6. Palmer got me 6. Mo Salah 32 because I opted to captain him rather than triple captain. Martinelli got me 5. Murphy got me 8. Did be proud. Reese didn't, though. He got 2. Wood got 17. Oh, yeah, hat-trick. And Isak was disappointed, actually, and got me a 2. So, on the bench-wise, didn't have much going on, so I wasn't too worried, apart from Arne Slot, but he is not on the bench, is he? He's right at the forefront of my team with a juicy 10 against Bournemouth, isn't he? Fabianski got me nothing. I'm worried about Fabianski a little bit. Has he lost his place at West Ham? Amad Diallo, 2. Bit disappointed with Amad Diallo in the last few weeks. Hasn't done a great deal. Greaves got 1. That's fair enough. He's an enabler. And Colwell's been very disappointed and dropped in price also. So he was disappointing. He got 2 as well. So don't forget, coming up, one more game for this game week, and that is Everton versus Liverpool. I will preview the next game week, so I'll have a quick look at it now with you guys, but we'll mention it also before that game week. Brighton, Chelsea fixture, that's going to be Leicester, Arsenal, Villa, Ipswich, Fulham versus Forest, Man City, Newcastle, big game that one, I think. Southampton versus Bournemouth, West Ham versus Brentford, Crystal Palace versus Everton, Liverpool, Wolves. We've got this slot or some of the Liverpool assets. That's something to look at. Spurs versus Man United, and there's the double-double, isn't it? Aston Villa versus Liverpool for next game week, a second game for Liverpool in that. So interesting. Very, very interesting. So as you guys can clearly see, my plans are in place to a degree. Arne Slot is there as the 3rd Liverpool asset for me. He'll be making up the points for Liverpool in the next 2 more game weeks after Wednesday. The rest of the team will pretty much stay the same unless it gets any injuries, which Martinelli has, by the way. FYI, if you are a Martinelli owner, he's out for a month potentially, so do bear that in mind. But otherwise, again, I'm looking really, to be honest with you, at Villa. I'm looking at Villa because they have Ipswich. I'm looking at Villa because they have Liverpool. Okay, 2 fixtures, but both at home. So Watkins, Rodgers. Do we go with Rashford? Do we look maybe at Asensio, who's just come in? Not sure. Do we target the defence? Again, defensively, Aston Villa have been very, very unstable, very shaky. So I'm not sure I would consider a defender. I do have a slot maybe for the slot. There you go, on the slot for a midfielder because Gabriel Martinelli's out injured, so his spot is up for sort of grabs in that sense. I also have a slot up front because a lot of people would disagree with me here. Maybe not. But Brentford and Reece has been a bit inconsistent in the last few game weeks. Is it time to ditch him and maybe bring in Ollie Watkins? Food for thought, people there. Very much so. In terms of the price changes, today we've only really had one, and that's Dango's gone up. A lot of people have been talking about Dango over at Bournemouth, someone to look to bring in. maybe if there wasn't a juicy double fixture coming up for Villa. Mudrik's gone down, but let me be honest, does anyone care? The price predictor for tonight is Kirkez is going to potentially go up. Okay. Mavidi's potentially going to go down, and Shah for Newcastle is going to go down. I'm not sure about that because he's been playing, hasn't he, recently? So we'll see about the Shah thing. So yes, keep an eye on that. I mean, obviously, let me know. I'm quite intrigued to see what you guys have got going on in terms of your decisions for this game week. What did you decide to do? Did you go assistant manager? Did you go with the idea of triple captain? Let me know. If you've got any questions, drop them in the chat and I'll have a quick look at it with you guys and we'll see what's occurring. But yeah, I'm intrigued about this game week, intrigued about the Everton versus Liverpool match as well. See if I can get, obviously I want to squeeze as many points out as possible, don't I really? So, you know the drill. Yeah, so fantastic. I'll wait for any chats. Let me know if you've got any messages. Otherwise, obviously, I'll pop it up onto the wonderful world of YouTube at the end of this episode. Again, guys, as always, I'm on all the socials. Do follow, like, and subscribe, and let me know how your team did this game week. See if you beat 109, because that, to me, obviously, someone got 146, and let's just take 2 seconds to have a look at how they got more. Henderson, oh, look at that. The Crystal Palace players, that's what did it, isn't it, really? Have you got many Crystal Palace players out there, guys? Henderson, Munoz, and Mateta did the business for this guy, didn't they, really? Wood, Gakpo, I don't have Gakpo in my team either. Gibbs White, this guy went heavy Nottingham Forest and the heavy Crystal Palace and heavy Liverpool. Look at that. Wow. And that team got 146. Is it any? Well, there you go. That speaks volumes, doesn't it, really? The triple captain was played. There we go. Fair enough. He played a chip. I played a chip. I don't think... if you play points, I don't think you can win that game week, can you, in terms of highest points scored? So, fair enough. I'll take 109. I played my chip. My assistant manager chip is out of the way now. 3 game weeks. Did you guys have Slot? Did you guys have Moyes? Did you even consider playing your assistant manager chip? Lots of talk about people trying to get it out of the way. It's a bit harsh. Get it out of the way like it's not an important chip. I think every chip is important if you play it properly. So, yeah. Let's see what's going on in the world. I did actually get a message prior to it was a DM. I'll mention it really quickly right now. If you remember last game week, we were speaking about Trent, weren't we? One of the guys asked me about whether it's worth captaining, who to captain, and Trent was one of the players. Someone said to me, you mentioned to captain Trent, but he got injured. That was a good bit of advice. It was, obviously, as I did say at the end of that point, I don't decide. You know, it's up to you guys what you pick in terms of, you know, your players and who you decide to captain, etc. But because his injury isn't too severe, and I think he'll make it. I think he'll be fine for Everton's match against Liverpool on Wednesday. I don't think it's going to be too bad. But if you haven't got Liverpool assets, or let's say you've got one, which was potentially the case there, you're going to say, I'm going to stick him in and I'll probably captain. It's worth the risk, you know. If you've got Wood, I appreciate that he got a hat trick, but did you foresee that really? No, you probably foresaw maybe 1 goal, perhaps 2. Trent or even a defender from Liverpool could still get another 6 points, and that's 12 points over the 2 games. Captain that, you know, you got 24, which is not too bad, really. So, yeah, I mean, it's a personal preference, it's a personal choice, isn't it, really, who you pick, you know, in your team. I'm merely there just to offer advice. I'm doing the same now as well. So, if you've got any questions, let me know. But otherwise, yeah, I'll stick it up onto YouTube. I'll let the wonderful viewers view it again and see what they think of my team, because that's essentially what this video is all about, really. This live stream is all about seeing how your team compared to mine, really, for this game week. You know, there's the players, there's the team to leave it with, so you guys can see what's going on. If you've got any questions, obviously this game week's a bit of a weird one, isn't it, really, because it's sort of finished, but it hasn't, because we've still got the Merseyside derby to come, haven't we? So yeah, I'll leave you guys pondering with that idea. But otherwise, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I will fantastically leave this video there. This is part 36. 37 will be a little bit more content, because obviously we'll have our new game week coming up after the game week 25. We'll kick in with some juicy fixtures indeed. So we'll see you guys on Saturday next week at 8:45 in the morning. If you've got any questions or anything you want to comment on, drop it on the actual video on YouTube and I'll take a look at it and get back to you guys as soon as possible. But otherwise, as always, hope you have a great rest of the day and a great weekend, and I hope your team does okay. You know, we do have the Wednesday fixture, so I hope you're doing all right in terms of the teams and the points that you got this game week. I'm sure you'll get a little bit more if you've got some Liverpool or you've got some Everton assets. I will see you fantastic people on Saturday. Thanks, as always, for watching. You guys are awesome. I'll take care of yourselves. I've been AJ. Peace out.